Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen with another recipe. This time it's vegan chocolate chip muffins. Feel free to share this out. I'm going to do the same thing. I'll share this out. And I'm also going to share it on Facebook and share it on Twitter. And feel free to do the same thing. And thank you to everybody coming in that shares this out. Thank you to my followers and those new followers that are coming on. I appreciate every bit of you. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you to everybody that comes in. Feel free to share this out. I'll ask for another share. There, my oven just got lit, so I'll ask for another share. What I have in my bowl here is 2.5 cups of wheat flour, whole wheat flour, and 1.5 tablespoons or teaspoons of baking powder, non-aluminum baking powder. Mix them together. Now I'm going to take what's in my blender here, which was 4 bananas and 1/2 cup of almond milk, and blend them together in my Vitamix, and I'm going to pour that in here. Welcome to everybody coming in. Thank you. Hi, Ann. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Now, the rest of the ingredients, excluding the chocolate chips. Okay, I'm going to put everything else in here but the chocolate chips. Let's see. 1/2 cup of coconut sugar. I'm going to measure that out right now. Another spoon. Okay. Another spoon. I'll put me in the first bit over here. Welcome to everybody coming in. And if I don't greet you right away, it's because I'm busy here trying to get this measured out. Okay. I'll go ahead and put this back. Okay, now I need, okay, 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil. I use coconut oil. I prefer that over this. So, or 1/4. So I put that in here. Good afternoon. Good to see you. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I've got it. Get my teaspoon measure out here. And I've got my vanilla, and I'll put that in here. I'm gonna put everything in here, but the chocolate chips. I'll put them in here. Then I'll stir it again. Add the banana and whisk, and add the chocolate chips and stir again. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna put this down so you can see. Sorry about that. I keep forgetting that my bowl's down. I'm up higher than the bowl. Okay, there we go. Now you can watch me. I find it's a little easier to hold the whisk like this because I can control it better. Others might do it a little bit differently, but I find it's easier for me this way. Okay, now I'm going to add the chocolate chips, and I'm going to see how much I need of that. 1/2 cup. Okay, put them in here. And these are not real. People that know me know that these are carob chips. These taste just as good as chocolate chips. They're a lot healthier too. You can see it's getting all mixed in real good. Has to stick to the whisk. There, I pretty much got it. Now I'm going to get an ice cream scoop. And I'm going to scoop it into find my ice cream scoop. Here it is. And I'm going to take it. I just bought me a muffin tin today, and I'll put this down so you can see me putting it into the muffin tin. There we go. I really have to put it down a long ways. I might not be able to see your comments, but there we go. Until you're all the way back. Okay, now I'm going to use a ice cream scoop to put this in here. And it's supposed to fill all 12 of them, so we'll see how it does. I'm just going to use one scoopful, and if it doesn't fill them up, that's fine. I'll just use a spoon if I can't get it out. There we go. Yeah, pretty much, you use an ice cream scoop, you can pretty much get it the same all the way. I think that's why they say to use they say it's not necessary, but if you use an ice cream scoop, at least you get a consistency all the way through. Getting a mess on my counter here. There we go. I bought this dozen one today at Walmart because I thought, well, if I buy 6, I'm sure enough going to need 12. And it's a good thing I bought the one with 12 because I forgot exactly how many I was going to need because I didn't have the recipe with me. I knew what I needed as far as ingredients. Oh boy, I've got a mess on my counter. But I didn't know how many of these I was going to need. I find it's just easier just to take the spoon and scoop it out of the ice cream scoop. The only reason I'm using the ice cream scoop is it makes it easier to get them the same consistency. Pretty much, you won't get too much in one and not enough in the other. And it's pretty much, kind of does all the measuring for you, really. It's a little messy, but hey, you're going to make a mess when you cook. For sure. And I'll check your comments in just a minute. I'm trying to do this and I'm not seeing what your comments are. I'm going to have a little bit left. I think I might be able to fill these up just a little bit more then. Won't have much left though. My last one. There. I could take some and put a little bit more in some of these, but not very much. I won't because I don't want to overdo it. If I don't use all this batter up, it's pretty darn close. I don't want to waste any. I want to kind of use it up as much as I can. They might explode outside of here. Kind of fill these up a little bit. I'm getting down to the end of it's in the bowl. So pretty good. Filling them up, uses it all up. Now I'll get this in there and let me see how long it has to bake for. 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, I'll put this in there. Let me set my microwave here for 25 minutes. Okay, there we go. Now I'll put you up. There. Oh. Well, there I am. Now you can see me. This is a simple recipe. It takes a lot of work because I had to take the 4 bananas and I had to put them through my Vitamix. Had to blend them up with a half a cup of almond milk. Hi from London, good to see you. With almond milk first. So, 25 minutes, which isn't that long. 25 minutes, not that long at all. So, and I can talk to you in that time. So you see they're going to be very good. I added the chocolate chips at the very last and stirred them in again. It's going to be really good. I mean, I used to eat chocolate chip muffins all the time. I was loving those things, and I just buy them by the dozens. But then I realized, well, I shouldn't be eating that chocolate in the first place. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know. It did look good, didn't it? Yes, it will. I put it on my Facebook page, my Karen's Vegan Heaven. Yes, I will post it up there. Definitely. Hopefully I won't have any problem and they'll turn out okay. They may explode and they may look like a lot because I filled them up, but they got, you know, they're probably going to go over the top of the muffin tin, but that's okay. I think they're going to be fine. It did look good, yes. That just comes from taking the 4 bananas because they're not real ripe because they didn't say you had to have ripe ones. They said just put them in your blender with a half a cup of almond milk. So I had to use the tamper on the Vitamix to get them to mix a little bit, and then I turned it off. Yes, it is. Trial and error the first time. I have made many mistakes the first time making something that it didn't turn out good, and I'd have to say, well, this didn't work out. I'm going to have to try it again. But I'm not one of these kind to give up. I keep trying if it doesn't work out because we're all going to make mistakes. I know Alexis has. Others probably have too. John Cook's probably made mistakes. Others have made mistakes, and it doesn't exactly turn out the way you want it to. Welcome to everybody coming in, and thank you for sharing this out. Thank you for all the hearts that you've given me. I'm getting close to 5 million now. That's wonderful. Thank you for supporting me. It's amazing. And I come in here because of you. Because you do support me. You wait for my periscopes every day so you can come in here and be here for me. Yes, try something once. That's what I like to do. I like to try something once. If it doesn't work out, then I'm willing to try it again, but I want to figure out what my mistake was the first time. Like those donuts I made, those chocolate donuts, the very first ones I made a big mistake, and I knew it was because of the flaxseed that I used. Oh, it lacks flavor. That can happen too. You might have to add just a little bit more spice or vanilla or whatever you might be cooking to, you know, I try to follow the recipes to the T the very first time I make them, because I've never made it before and I want to make sure I do it right. But after I've made it the first time, then maybe the second time around I can tweak it if it needs tweaking. Usually they don't. It's just maybe human error on my part that I did something wrong, missed something, missed an ingredient or something. Yeah, you do. You know what they say? A good cook always tastes her food. That's what my aunt told me when she was raising my brother and I. And then I've learned that. So I'll taste my food all the time, and if it doesn't taste good to me, then I will see what it needs to make it taste better. Sometimes you don't get it right. Even if you can add stuff and it still doesn't taste like it should. And you wonder, well, what in the world did I do to this? What does it need for me to get it to taste better? It's hard to know sometimes. I got it at Amazon. I got carrot powder as well as the chips. What I used was the chips, and they're almost gone. I ordered 2 more, and they're coming today because I use them up so fast. But yeah, I use it. Get it from Amazon. You could probably, if you have Whole Foods or you have a Trader Joe's, I would assume, and I've never been in there to shop, that they would have them also. So you can try that as well. If you do have a Whole Foods, most people have a Whole Foods and Trader Joe's in that area. I have both, but I prefer buying online to save the hassle of driving down there, because mine is an awkward place. Whole Foods is anyway. Because where the Whole Foods at is in my area is hard to get to. Trader Joe's isn't, but Whole Foods is. So I would just rather shop online at Amazon, because I'm an Amazon Prime member, and get what I need from them. And that's what I do. But you can try Trader Joe's or Whole Foods to see. Oh, you live in the UK. I don't know. You may have to search it out there to find out. I don't know if you have an Amazon in the UK. If you have Amazon in the UK, you might be able to get it from them. I know that they may not have everything, but you may find some things. You just have to search it out, because the carob is, I mean, they look just like real chocolate chips. I mean, look at them. They just look like real chocolate chips. And they're sweetened, and this is Hoosier Hill. They have other brands, but I like Hoosier Hill best. Yeah, try that first, because I swear by Amazon, because that's the one that I like. Oh, there come some of my people. Welcome. Thank you for coming in and sharing this out. I like Amazon because I'm a Prime member and I buy a lot from them. Like I said, it saves me time going to the store, having to go and find something because I'm not sure exactly where it's at. But I just go on Amazon and search for carob powder or carob chips. It comes right up. I go down and figure out which one I want, and I put it in my cart and buy it. I know. I hear you there. I do too. Oh, you got that right. It spoils me too. Definitely. It's really got me spoiled. I started just with regular Amazon, but my daughter-in-law, she told me, she says, well, Karen, if you're buying a lot from Amazon, it would save you money if you sign up for Prime, because it's, you pay monthly. You could pay, I could pay $12.99 a month. I was paying yearly, but I thought I'll just pay $12.99 a month. Anyway, so it's a lot better because I got the, Amazon Prime videos, which I don't always watch those. But anyway, you've got a lot of things with your Prime. And if you buy a lot from Amazon, it pays to be a Prime member because you save on shipping. You get it so much faster. Regular members just don't get it like that. I know. I didn't for the longest time either, but my daughter-in-law, she gets a lot of things from Amazon Prime. She's a Sabbath school teacher, and she's not a school teacher, but a secretary from our Christian school. So she buys stuff for poster board to make posters and things from Amazon. She buys a lot. And since she makes cakes, she makes a lot of fondue. She buys her stuff for her fondue at Amazon, which I know is probably pretty expensive. But that's why she's a Prime member, because she uses all that stuff a lot, because she makes a lot of cakes. Well, I should say not fondue, fondant. Fondant is what they call it. She makes a lot of cakes with fondant, which is quite expensive, quite rich So she buys a lot of stuff from Amazon to get her fondant and the different things that she needs. So it does pay to be an Amazon member, and sign up for Prime if you can, if you buy a lot. At first, I didn't think I'd buy that much. I thought, well, I don't know if I'll buy that much. But you know something? I put the thing on my phone. I put it on my phone. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. Welcome. I've got my muffins in the oven right now. I put the Amazon app on my phone. Big mistake, because every once in a while I check it. Every few days I'll check it to see, well, what do they have on here that maybe I'd want to get? Granted, I only buy what I really need. You know, I don't buy something that I may have a lot of. Now, the carob chips, I seem to run out of those so much because I'm using them a lot. So I thought, well, I'll buy a couple bags. That way I won't have to order them again so quick. This bag I just ordered maybe a week or so ago, and it's about gone already. That's how fast they go. So it pays to have enough around. But I probably won't use them up for a while unless I find another recipe that has them in there. But I really do enjoy looking for recipes and shopping on Amazon to try to see what I can find for my recipes if I don't want to go shopping, you know, because Walmart doesn't have everything that I want, which Amazon does. I mean, I haven't found it yet where Amazon doesn't carry everything that I want or need. Because, hi, good to see you, welcome. So they have everything that I could ever want. I shop there all the time. I love it. I mean, who doesn't? You know, you saves getting out, crowds, beating the crowds. You know something? You can use Amazon for Christmas shopping too. Of course, I won't be doing Christmas shopping because I just give them money or gift cards. But if you're short on gift ideas, just get something through Amazon. A lot of people do. They'll buy gifts online to save time of going in the store. I mean, it does. You don't have to beat the crowds or anything, you know. Or you can beat the crowds by staying at home in your easy chair or whatever. Shop in your pajamas. You don't have to get dressed up, go out in the cold or anything like that. Oh, I know what you mean. And this time of year, it is getting to be a madhouse. I go into Walmart. It was a madhouse again today. It's hard to find a place to park, although it was a little bit better today. But I know by Christmas Eve, that place is going to be a madhouse. You won't be able to beg, borrow, or steal a parking spot because everybody will be finishing up their Christmas shopping. It's going to be rough. So I'm like you. I don't like getting out when it's busy either. And I can imagine what Black Friday was. Even worse yet. I stay away on most days. On that day, I don't even get out. I don't need to. It's crazy. I mean, I'm not about to waste my time going to Black Friday shopping. Yeah, I do. I do. I stayed home on Black Friday. I didn't even get out. I don't like the crowds. My daughter-in-law and I went one year, this is quite a while back now, to Kohl's. We've got a Kohl's here in the shopping center. We went one year because she was getting my son, I think, a pair of shoes or something for Christmas, or slippers. I can't remember exactly what it was. We must have waited in the checkout line over an hour. I mean, the line was real long. We didn't get through that line very fast. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is horrible. She still goes Black Friday shopping with my granddaughter. But as far as me going Black Friday shopping, I don't do that anymore. It's just, I mean, I'm 70 years old. I mean, I love shopping, but give me a break. I don't have to go on Black Friday. I can go any other day of the year but Black Friday and get what I need. I don't have to go on Black Friday. People, they think they got to go on Black Friday because they're going to save money and don't get through all the sales. Well, they got sales throughout the year. It's not that big a deal, and I'm not sure the sales are all that great anyway, especially if you're not there at a certain time to get what you want anyway. You know, with Black Friday, you got to be there like 8 to 11 or something to get what you want. And people are fighting over a certain item. I mean, it's insane. Why take yourself and do that to yourself? I don't understand why people do that. They'll go there and they'll stand there and they'll fight over somebody with maybe a computer or monitor, whatever it might be. And yes, it is. It's ridiculous. And I think it's absolutely insane. I've seen some on YouTube, the Black Friday videos on YouTube, and I'm sitting there thinking, people, are you nuts? You don't have to be out there doing that. Stay home. Order it online. It's safer. Have it delivered to your home. Oh, man. You're right. And that's the problem. That's what Black Friday is. Offer material things. They got one thing and one thing on their mind, and that's getting something for somebody for Christmas. Hi, Alexis. I was hoping you'd come in. I've got my muffins in the oven. I was telling them that Black Friday shopping. I avoid Black Friday shopping like the plague because I don't want to get out in the stores. You know, if I can avoid it, I'm going to avoid it if all possible. I mean, I love shopping, but mind you, but going when it's real busy and going to places where they're insanely trying to find something. Yeah, I know what you mean, Alexis. But I was telling them they'll go to Walmart or wherever the case might be for the sales, maybe 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Black Friday. Go for those sales. And people like crazy are fighting over one certain item. Several of them are grabbed the same thing. That's insane. They don't have to do that. Why do they put themselves through that? Oh my God. It was a little busy when I went to Walmart today too, Alexis, but not too bad that I couldn't find a parking spot. I mean, it's gotten to the point here lately where you can't find a parking spot. And as I was telling them, probably Christmas Eve this next week, and as it gets closer to Christmas, it's going to get really bad. People are going to have to beg, borrow, or steal a parking spot. You know, and people are going to be fighting over them too, I'm sure. Oh, you don't, oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Not in December is right. You worked it. Oh, man. Yeah. I know what you mean, Alexis. I found one when I went to my Walmart. It wasn't that crowded, but it has a tendency to be that way. It can get that way this time of year. And like I said, on Christmas Eve, I've got to get out on Christmas Eve because I have to go to the bank. And it's right across from Walmart. And I can imagine it is going to be a nightmare. I may just go the Friday before and avoid Christmas Eve. You know, not that I'm going to avoid the crowds that much, but I may avoid them a little bit. But it's terrible. That's why I would rather shop online. You know, I know it takes all the fun out of going to the stores, but for me, I don't like crowds. You know, I can do without the crowds. If it's not real busy, I love it. But getting all the crowds and people trampling on each, and I have heard of this before, where people on Black Friday will go shopping and somebody will get trampled on and nobody bothers to pick them up and they'll all step on that person or walk around them. That's absolutely terrible. You know, I don't think that's right. Now, I'm in a rural part of town. I'm not in a big city. I'm kind of out in the country. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying so. No, I live in a rural area. Eugene, Oregon. I live kind of out in the country because I can look out my front window, and the end of my street and see the next street, and I can see a ditch. So we live kind of in the country. So I don't live in the city proper. I don't want to live in the city. Too congested. Way too congested. I'd rather live where I'm at because there's not so many people out here. Can move around. The houses aren't butted right up against each other. In the city where my son and daughter-in-law used to live, the houses were so close together, you could almost touch that house next door. It was that bad, and there's not much room in between. I don't like that. Here, the houses are quite a ways apart. We've got a lot of area between us and the ones next door, and we don't have to worry about touching their house. Yeah, it is. It is nice to have some freedom. I got a big backyard. Front yard isn't real big. It's it takes about a half hour to mow it, I think. I know. I don't like being in the city. If I can avoid the city with the plague, I'm going to do it. I used to live, when I was born, used to live in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And if you know about Fort Wayne, Indiana, I guess it's quite populated now from when I was a little girl. Used to live there. Oh my goodness. That's a pretty good, about 175, 200,000, maybe more than that now. But that's where I was born and raised and lived there for a long, long time. You know, I just don't like city living. I used to live in the country. When I first got married to my husband, we lived out in the country in northern part of Indiana on farmland. And boy, I tell you, you were out in the middle of nowhere. You had neighbors, but they were maybe a mile from you. You weren't right next door to your neighbors. So we weren't real close to each other, but we had a lot of room to move around. I love that. Oh, that sounds good. That really does. I make cookies too. I made some donuts the other day. those that may not be see my donuts, I've got some left. I did post them on Alexis's site this morning. They're banana cookies, but they got chocolate icing on them. I'll show you those that haven't seen them. I'll let you see what they look like. This is what they look like. I took the chocolate. What I did is I used carob chips and coconut oil, and just dipped it in the carob. I melted the carob chips and the coconut oil over the stove. These are really good. It took I think two real ripe bananas. I didn't have any real ripe bananas. Pass one through the screen. I didn't have any real ripe bananas, not fresh ones. So I happen to have some in the freezer, because when your bananas start getting real bad, you don't have to throw them out. If they start getting real spotty, just peel them and put them into a freezer bag and put them in the freezer. So I found some in the freezer because I've got a lot up there. So I just took two out, thawed them out, and then I was able to mash them. Because if they're not ripe, you cannot mash them worth two hoots. Now, this banana mixture I did in here, they said to put it in the blender. So I took 4 bananas, fresh bananas. They were I just got, still yellow yet, put them in the blender with a half a cup of almond milk and mixed them up. Oh, the blacker the better. I've had some get really too black. They're sweet, but they're just a little too soft for me, you know. I just don't care for them quite that black. I try to get them so they're not completely black. A little spots on them, but I froze a lot of bananas up that way. And if you need bananas for anything and you don't have any bananas, that's the thing to do. Just take them out of your freezer, thaw them out, and use them. That's what I do. It works. What I did is I left them whole unless they were great big bananas, and then I maybe cut them in fourths or something like that. But the 2 bananas I used for the donuts, I think I just left them whole and peeled them, and then just set them out to thaw out, and then mashed them. Yeah, and I think that it's a lot better that way. I'm used to taking my bananas. I've always, before I knew that you could freeze them, I'd take them and they'd get real ripe, and I didn't want to eat them because they didn't taste too good to me, so I throw them out. And then I found out, well, you don't have to throw them out. Just freeze them, you know. There really isn't anything that you can't freeze as far as I'm concerned. Let me see how much time I've got left on here. Oh, 4 minutes and 10 seconds. So they're getting there. So I freeze them. And I've seen some people on YouTube, why they did this, I don't know, but they took their bananas and they put them in the freezer, but they didn't peel them first. And they said that was a bad idea. I think so. It's a very bad idea to take and put them in the freezer without peeling them first. You don't want to do that. Take the peeling off. It doesn't take that long to take the peeling off. And just put them in a freezer bag and set them in your freezer. You know, nothing's going to happen to them. They'll stay fine. You know, yeah. I couldn't believe that somebody, but I've always peeled mine. Like I said, I cut some up, and then I just have to determine how much banana I have, you know. But it's a lot better that way. That way I'm not wasting bananas, and I have bananas when I need them. You know, I try to keep fresh ones in hand. It's a good thing I bought some more bananas today because I almost didn't have enough bananas. So a good thing I bought more today. I love eating bananas with my cereal, or, you know, just eating them alone. Just get a banana out and snack. A banana is a good snack. It really is. Bananas, oranges, peaches, pears. They're better than a candy bar. You don't want to eat a candy bar. I don't have any compost. It just, you know, I just put it in my garbage, and they haul it away on Fridays is when I set it out. I don't have a compost, so I don't do that. But you know, it's better to freeze them if they're going bad than throw them out. You know, I wasted a lot until I realized I could freeze them because they got way too black on me, and I thought, oh my gosh, I don't want to freeze these. You know, I don't even want to eat them. But you know, and you know something I found out too, the riper they are, the sweeter they are. And isn't that something? When you first buy them at the store, like the ones I bought today, aren't gonna be real sweet. Not until they start getting some spots on the peel. The ones I bought today don't have any spots on the peel. In a few days they will. Yep. Yeah, we have they pick up our garbage on Fridays. and every other week are recyclables. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Oh, absolutely, exactly. I mean, a lot of people, my son-in-law does not like bananas. I don't understand that. He does not like bananas. He doesn't like strawberries or watermelon. What in the world? Holy cow! He doesn't eat vegetables either. But because his mom and dad, when he was younger, they didn't have any money to buy that stuff, fruits and vegetables, so he didn't know what they were to eat. The only vegetable he'll eat is peas. That's it. He will not eat any other vegetable. He won't eat sweet corn. He won't eat potatoes. He won't eat any of that stuff. Three different containers. Yeah, I just keep putting stuff in my freezer. It's getting kind of full of stuff, but I keep putting stuff in my freezer. I still have that soup in there I made a while back that I said I was going to freeze up. I keep forgetting to get it out. Hi, Deb. Good to see you. Welcome. I know. He likes peas, but nothing else. I've got my muffins in the oven right now, Debs. You'll have to wait till they come out. I hope they're ready to explode. I don't know. I haven't checked yet. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. I'll have to go back and watch a replay from this morning, Deb. My daughter had called at the time you came on, so I didn't want to interfere with her call, but I'll have to go back and watch it later. But I do enjoy coming. Oh, good. Thank you, Deb. I'm glad you'll get to see what they look like when they come out, because I have never made these before. I've never made muffins before on here. I had to go buy the muffin tins because I didn't have any. So I thought, well, should I buy one with 6, which is a great big muffins, or should I buy a 12? Well, I'm glad I bought a 12 because it took 12 to make this. Okay, there it's done. I'm going to shut this off, and then I'll get my thing and we'll get them out. Put this down. There you go. What do you think of that? Don't they look good? Let me put this back. Look at that. I can put it down a little bit more so you can see them a little better. Look at that. Don't they look good? Wow. Look at that. They look really good. Yeah. I'm really proud. I'm really happy that I did something. I made something for the first time. And it didn't flop, because I never know when I make something if it's going to flop or not. But look at them. They look real good. And I know they're going to taste good, too. Wow. Yeah, they do, don't they? And it was just enough batter for all 12 of them. I took an ice cream scoop and I put them in there and filled them up as much as I could. As you can see, they came out so nice. Now, I'm going to leave these sit for a while. Oh, thank you for the super hearts. Thank you very much. I'm going to take these and let them cool off for a while before I try to remove them from here. But when I do it, and this is a Wilton pan, by the way, which I love Wilton. I'll probably take a spatula. I'll take this like I did before and just work around the sides to get them loose, because that will help. And I don't want to take a knife on here, because I don't want to scratch the pan. But I think they look I'm really happy. I can eat chocolate muffins now, and I can make them myself, because I used to buy them all the time. But when you think about when you buy them in the stores, what you're getting, oh my goodness, you're not getting is not healthy. Everything here is healthy. I mean, just it's amazing. It's just amazing. I mean, I'm going to get my other one. I could hold it up to you and show you. Oh, I don't know what my dog's barking at. I know him down. But here, I'll show them. Don't those look good? Look at those. Look at those. Look at those. Don't they look good? Wow. For my first try, I think they came out. I do too. I think they look amazing. I wasn't sure how they were going to come out, and I think they really came out beautiful. I know. I'm so happy that they came out perfect, because I have a hard time getting anything to come out right the first time. And I often wonder, was it something I did wrong? But they came out perfect. No problem at all, you know. It's just knowing how much batter to put in each one, but I filled them up as full as I could get them. And they look real good. Well, thank you for that. I'm not as good as I could be, but you know something? I'm learning as I do it, and I'm getting better at it. You know, the very first time I started, I was horrible. But now as I keep going, I'm getting a lot better at it. But to make something for the first time I've never made before, I like to try something once. So when I saw this recipe on Pinterest, I said, I'm going to try these. I have to buy the tins, but I'm going to try it. And I'm glad I did. Because like I said, I have always liked chocolate chip muffins. And I buy them out of the store. But you know, they got so many different things in them you don't want to put in your body anyway. So, oh, thank you. Oh, I sure, yeah, probably. You're probably right. But for them to have to come out as nice as they did, I can't believe they came out as good as they did. Oh, right. Absolutely, because you know I've made mistakes in here. Different times I've come on Periscope and I've made mistakes with what I was making. But I didn't give up. I tried and I tried again. That's what we have to do. Keep on trying. Because, you know, we're not going to be perfect the first time. But for these to come out great the first time, I'm pleased. I really am, because I didn't think I could ever get them to look that good. Because I've never made them before. And it's something I wanted to try making, is muffins. I thought, well, how hard can it be? I mean, if I can make donuts, which turn out real good, I can make these. And these turned out great. I mean, they rose really nice, and they look so good. I'm just really happy. Hi, Vanita, good to see you. Here are my chocolate chip muffins. I'm not going to right now because I intend to post them up on Facebook. I don't want to take any out here because I'm going to post it up on my Facebook page. Because that'll ruin the picture. So I want to leave them in here to take the picture for Facebook. I think you can understand that, because you want to have a good picture for Facebook, and that's what I want. So I'm going to leave them in here because they got to cool off for a while. I know they do, don't they? And I'll post the recipe up on my Facebook page, definitely, because I know people are going to want to see what they look like. Yeah, half eaten on Facebook. Yep, there you go. I don't want to do that. I want to post a good picture, you know. I just had my lunch. So actually these are going to be for breakfast tomorrow. I'm not really hungry for any now, so I wouldn't try it now anyway. I want to save them for tomorrow. I still have my donuts to eat too, so I can eat, you know, alternate. But these came out so good. This is a recipe I'm going to make again because it was simple enough to make. It took a little time. I mean, the bananas I had to blend them up in my Vitamix with the almond milk and set that aside, because your batter has to be nice and thick. As you could see, it was nice and thick, and that comes from blending it up. Those that didn't see the beginning of it, you can watch the replay when this is over and see how I did it. But you won't see me mix in the Vitamix because I already had that done when I came in here, but you'll see me pour it out. Sure, Karen's Vegan Heaven. Just look for Karen's Vegan Heaven on Facebook. If you're not a member, ask to join, and I will make you a member. That basically is for recipes. We post recipes in there a lot. I do, and Erlene does. Yes, that's it. And we post the recipe up with the finished product, so other people can make the same thing if they want to. Share the recipes with other people. And if you feel like making it a different way than what you see, then you can make it your own, because they're not set in stone. You know, I have to tweak a lot of the recipes I do simply because I'm vegan, and some of the products they use are not vegan, so I have to tweak it. But this they called for chocolate chips, of course, and I just put I put carob chips in it, which is an alternative to chocolate chips. That's my tweaking it just a little bit. That's the only thing I tweaked it on. Everything else is the same. A very easy recipe. In fact, I can tell you what it has in it, so you know if you want to take notes. But I'm going to post it up on my Facebook page anyway. It has 4 bananas, That's the main ingredient. A half a cup of almond milk, 2.5 cups of whole wheat flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and I've got the non-aluminum I used, 1/2 cup of coconut sugar, 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil. I use the coconut oil. I prefer that. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, which is optional, but I put it in there anyhow, and 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. That's what it has in it. So it has all healthy ingredients in it. And it's real simple to make. And I know they're going to taste good. And I'll let everybody know after I've had them how well they taste. Because I'm going to be anxious to eat these tomorrow for breakfast. Well, not all of them, of course, but maybe 1 or 2 for breakfast, you know, with my cereal. They're going to be so good. Because we're supposed to have a hearty breakfast in the morning. And not that this is the healthiest thing for breakfast, but hey, it is what it is. I made them. I'm certain heck not going to throw them out. I'm going to use them. You know, I wanted to make something that I've never made before. And so I thought, well, I'm going to try to make something I've never made before. I'm going to see if I can try to get one loose. I don't want to ruin it, but I'm going to try to see if I can get one loose and pull it out so you can see what it looks like. I don't want it breaking on me. It might be too hard. No, there we go. There we go. Look at that. Woohoo, hot. I'll put it back in here. Doesn't that look good? They're little. They're not real big. They're little because the ones with 6 in it. Oh, aren't they? Oh, I know the ones that only had 6 muffins. Those were ginormous. They were bigger cup sizes here, and there would have really been a lot. I don't need that big a one. You know, I don't need real big muffins. These are just fine. I mean, they come out perfect. As you can see how that looked. I mean, look at that. It doesn't have to be any perfect than that. Look. Wow, look at that. Man. I'm really happy. I made some muffins that I've never made before. And I know they're gonna taste good. I mean, that one looks so good. You know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out and I'm going to put them on a plate and I'll post it up on Facebook. Oh, man. If you could smell it, we need smell-o-scope. If you could only smell it, oh my goodness, they smell so good. Oh, man. There's also a recipe for pumpkin muffins. I want to make some one of these days, too. Pumpkin muffins. Maybe next week I might do that as it gets closer to Christmas. Pumpkin muffins. They ought to taste good, too. Man. Now that I got the muffin tins, I want to do that. Man, they ought to be... I gotta go let Chewy out. Just a minute. Okay, Chewy, I'll let you out. Come here. Okay, go out there. I'm anxious to make those too. They look like they're gonna be fun to make too. These have a few more ingredients than most of the things I make because I don't like anything to make with a lot of ingredients. But it's okay because everything is healthy. I know what's in it. I put everything in it that it calls for, and nothing is going to harm me. These are a lot healthier than what you buy in the store. You try to buy a chocolate chip muffin in the store, you're going to get some darn many ingredients in that thing, and you're not going to be able to pronounce half of them. And they put preservatives in them, of course. These I'll put into some kind of container with an airtight container so nothing happens to them. And I know, but I'm just going to hold these up to you again. Now, look at that. So you can, if you want to take a picture of it, go ahead. As they turned out really, now this in here is a little skimpy on, but I think it'll be okay. But look at that. Wow. I am really pleased because the pan is a little cooler now. But I'm really pleased with the way they look. My goodness. To make your own muffins like that, wow. I'm really happy that I finally made something that it came out good. The muffins are simple. They came out real good. I know they're going to taste delicious. I know they are. They're going to be ravishing. You know, man. Ooh. And if you like chocolate chips, you're going to like these. You know, if you want to make them and you don't have carob chips, then feel free to use chocolate chips. That's totally fine. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I use carob chips in these muffins. And oh my goodness. Oh, I certainly will. Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. I feel bad for that. You know, how old is he? Because It's terrible when they get a fever like that. 103? Whoa, that's not good. Oh, he's 12? Okay. I will, Vanita. I mean, that's a poor thing. You know, it's terrible to have a fever like that. Have you tried anything? Give him anything to get the fever down? Because I'm like you. I don't like to take NyQuil and that stuff if I can avoid it. It's, oh man, yeah. They say starve a cold, feed a cold, starve a fever, or is it the other way around? But anyway, I don't like it when children get fevers. It's terrible. You don't know what to do for them. You're worried about them. You know, you have to be careful. You know, but I think he'll be okay. You know, but I'll be praying for him. What's his name, Vanita? So I can. What is his name, Vanita? So I can when I pray for him, I can put his name in the prayer. That's right. Okay, DeBaron. Okay, DeBaron. That's right. Yes, that's right. To get a fever sometimes is a good thing, but you don't want it too high. Now, my daughter, one time, I think when she was, yes, we will. When my daughter, I think she was about, must have been about 11 or something. She ran about 105 fever. And believe me, she looked like death warmed over. And we were at some friend's house after church one Sabbath for potluck to eat at their house. And we had to go home early because she looked horrible. She couldn't enjoy herself. She was so sick. And it was not unusual. It was very unusual for her to get like that because she never did. Man, when they start getting that kind of fever, that's too high for a child. I mean, it's high for us. Can you imagine what it would be for a child to be that high? Wow. He'll be okay. I would try also using cold compresses maybe to try to get the fever down. That might help too. Putting a cold rag on his head might not feel comfortable, but that might help too. Get the water as cold as you can get it. Now here where I live, you get a rag and put your rag into cold water. You can't hardly stand to run your hands in the water. It's so cold. So I don't have to use ice in my water here now because it gets a certain time of year. This time of year, it gets real. The water just freezes right up. No, you're right. Being sick is not good. It's not fun because you don't feel like doing anything. Been there, done that. I know what it's like. Yeah, you have to let it run its course too. Oh, yes, right. You have to let the fever run its course. He will get better in time. You just have to be there for him. Oh, absolutely. Make sure he drinks a lot of water to keep him hydrated because when you're sick, I've been there, that's when you get dehydrated the quickest. You know, nothing tastes good to you. I know I've been to the point sometimes where food just doesn't taste like that good to me. It tastes like rubber. You know, it may be the best thing, and it may be something I really love. But if I'm not feeling well, it doesn't taste good to me. It tastes like rubber, and I say, ugh, I can't eat this, you know. The days that I don't feel well, I don't eat very much, if anything at all. I know that's probably not good. You probably should eat something. But when you're sick, you don't feel like eating. You don't want to, make things worse. So, and I try to avoid that if at all possible. But I will say this. I have been pretty healthy lately. I haven't been getting sick. I do get headaches, which we all do. I get colds. But as far as getting the flu, getting the fever, I haven't had it. And I thank the Lord for that. I thank the Lord for this plant-based lifestyle because it's kept me from getting sick. Because before that, I would not feel good a lot of the times. But thank goodness I feel really good. I can come in here and do this. I don't feel, depressed or down and out, I feel like coming in here and showing you what I can do and telling you all about it, So that's why I do it. If there ever comes a day that I can't come in here, I'll be on my deathbed, I'll tell you that, because I'm going to be in here as much as I can. Yeah, probably. Yeah, you're probably right. Because kids will come to school and they may have a terrible cold, fever, headache, or whatever. They shouldn't even go to school. They should be staying home. But the parents, for some reason, send them to school. So then everybody else gets sick. My grandkids, my grandsons, if they get around to somebody at their school that's been sick, they get it too. And then they bring it home, and then my daughter gets sick, and then my son-in-law Sean gets sick. It's horrible. They all share with each other. But these kids that are sick have no business going to school. The parents need to leave them home. If they're not feeling well, they got a fever, don't take them to school. Actually, as I understand it, they're not allowed to go to school if they've got a fever anyway. They're supposed to stay home. They have to let it run its course for 24 hours. You cannot send your kid to school until that fever's gone. And sometimes it may last a little longer than that. So there may be a couple of days that my daughter hasn't been able to send my grandsons to school because of a fever. Yeah, they're supposed to get sent home, yes. But they shouldn't have, let's put it this way. They may have gotten sick from somebody else at school too, that when that person got to school, they got sick. Or if they didn't feel well when they went to school, they should have told their mom and dad, well, I don't feel well and don't go to school. But it can happen. It's happened to me where I felt fantastic when I went to school, but I got to school and I didn't feel good. I got sick. And that happened to me a few times when I was in high school. So it does happen. So maybe the children felt well when they went to school, but then, got around somebody that maybe had been sick and they got it then, and so they don't feel good either. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, yes, you would. You would think allergies, wouldn't you? But and it makes you wonder what is going on here. But you're probably going to have to leave him home from school tomorrow, more than likely, because if he's anything like most schools, you can't send him to school for 24 hours. The fever has to be gone. So if it's not gone within 24 hours, he has to wait until it is gone before he can go back to school. My daughter doesn't like leaving my grandsons home from school because they miss way too much. But you can't send them to school if they don't feel well. They can't perform very well in school anyway. Oh, he looked miserable? Oh, my goodness. Well, see, he probably didn't feel good right then and there. So that's good that, he probably did. He probably got it from somebody at school, maybe yesterday or earlier this week. Got it from somebody at school, yesterday, or maybe even last week. Because sometimes it takes a few days before you see the symptoms. You can be around somebody, but you don't get it right away. So it could have been last Friday, maybe Thursday, Friday, he got around somebody that was sick. You don't know. Till Friday. Wow, that long. Well, that's all you can do, Vanita, is just keep him hydrated, keep him warm, make sure if he's cold, wrap himself up in blankets or what have you, and do whatever you have to do to keep him comfortable. Because I know, I've been there, done that. It's not fun. He's going to be miserable for a few days, but he'll get to feeling better. Have to take off another 2 days of school. That's a precautionary measure. You don't want him going to school and maybe giving it to somebody else. So I can understand why they did that. As a precaution, they want to make sure that he's good and healthy, that he's not going to get somebody else sick. Alexis Can-Do was on this morning. She was just in my Periscope just a short time. I'm sure she left because she's still not feeling well. She took off work yesterday, took off work today because she still got her cold. She sounded terrible yesterday when I watched her replay. Today she sounded better, but she still took it off anyway. That stuff must really be going around. It's horrible to have to deal with that. I don't like it, but what can you do, Kids will get sick. Adults get sick, I have actually seen people at Walmart be wearing masks on their faces so that they don't get sick from somebody else that might have germs, they're spreading it around. That's a good idea. Even though it looks kind of funny, I can understand why they do it. It keeps them from healthy. It keeps them from getting sick. Oh, wonderful. See, day 6, you're on your way. And yes, you can reverse your diabetes. Absolutely. People think you can't. You just start doing better, start eating properly. It's going to reverse itself. And then won't that be great that you won't have to take your insulin anymore? Some take pills and some take the shots. Either way, it's not good. So if you can reverse it, that'd be amazing. Oh, yeah. That was hard for me too, but I finally did it. I do vegan cheese now. Oh man. You know, I use vegan cheese, like shreds or chow cheese, you know, or the Daya American or cheddar cheese slices. That's what I use. They're not they won't harm you, and there's no dairy in them at all. No dairy or no soy, and that's the best. You know, buy those if you can find them. Wow. Well, I don't know about mushrooms, so I don't eat mushrooms because of it being a fungus. You'll learn that in time, that we really shouldn't have mushrooms. It's okay with me because I don't care for the taste of mushrooms anyway. I just gag on mushrooms. I don't like it. Ugh. Oh, good, good. Yeah, I'm holding them up here. You can see them a little bit better. Don't they, though? Look at that. I do cooking scopes every day, Sunday through Thursday. I try to do walking scopes in the mornings, too. I didn't get it done this morning, but I try to walk. I also do religious scopes on the weekends, but you don't have to come into those if you don't want to. If you just want to come in my cooking scopes, I try to do Sunday through Thursday. Not usually the same time. It just depends on whatever I eat. I try to come in as early as I can, but I'm going to post these up on my vegan page in Facebook because I know people are going to want to make them. And I hope that they do make them and tell me how they turned out. Because, okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for coming in here. I think I'm going to go now because I've got dishes I have to wash. And I want to clean my kitchen up a little bit. I'm starting to organize a little bit better. Trying to straighten up a little bit. And it's going to take me a while. Days and days and days. But anyway. Oh, you too. You all have a great evening. And until we meet again, take care. God bless. Love you all and bye-bye.